The next module is going to be keeping yourself and campers safe. Safety obviously is our number one concern while we're at camp. Um, so this is definitely one of the modules that you want to make sure that you are staying focused on as camp. Although it generally a safe environment, we want to make sure that it is above board and above the level of safety that we even have maybe in our own expectations. So, what you'll learn is the expectations of camp leaders, of campers, how to protect children from abuse, how to protect yourself as as a camp leader as well. And so, why is this important? As you all know, and I've explained before, we are taking on the responsibility of taking kids to camp, and it is not a responsibility that should ever be taken lightly, because we want to make sure that everybody has a great time, but more than anything, that they are safe at camp. So. That means that we have expectations and guidelines, and those need to be met. And so we'll go through this module uh, and learn a little bit. So leader expectations, you're going to be serving as a role model. That means that you need to show equally good sportsmanship, use appropriate language, and be courteous while you're at camp. Respect and follow all camp guidelines and rules. Accept and respect decisions made by the camp director and the camp contact agent. So some of those things that may not be the most popular decision are things that we do in the best interest of everybody that's at camp and the entire camping experience. In addition, you are completing camper orientation materials, and so your camp training, in addition to the modules that you are looking at right now, also includes your first day of camp. And so there's some additional training that happens on that first day of camp, and so it's important that you pay attention to those as well. Uh, Also, any consumption of alcohol or illegal drugs obviously is against the rules and regulations, and it takes away from the purpose and value of camp. So please make sure that you are not doing that. If you're caught doing any of those things, not only will you be sent home, but also probably that'll fall into the realm of legal action as well. We do not discriminate at camp for any reason. We do not discriminate regardless of color, race, age, sex, religion, disability, ethnic origin, creed, political belief, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, pregnancy, marital status, genetic information, veteran status, national origin, or physical or mental disability. There is a wide range of people that come to camp, and we want to make sure that the same positive experience is happening across all uh, all people at camp, and that's leaders included. So please make sure that you are following that, and if there are any issues with this, that they are brought to my attention. Camper expectations: campers are to always remain with their cabin groups. If you have been to camp before, you know that this one is the most difficult because we say that as a no exceptions, understanding that during class time, they are going to be going out to their classes and will not be with their cabin groups. So there is very small windows of exception there, but generally we want everybody to be with their cabin groups um, or their team groups, which obviously includes your cabin group. Campers are to respect and follow instructions of camp leaders. All medications are to be turned into the 4-H agent before getting on the bus. Profanity is not permitted. Appropriate dress is required. Hazing or malicious pranks will not be tolerated. Uh, Campers are to be in their cabins and in bed at the designated lights out time. Once again, this is one of those kind of exceptions. If you have a camper that needs to get up and use the restroom in the middle of the night, then this is one of those times when they may be out of their own bed. So, and you need to make sure that you handle those situations according to camp guidelines and expectations as well. Campers should not be leaving the campgrounds unless they are with someone who is designated on their pickup and release form. Campers should not be allowed on maintenance equipment. I do not know why they would ever be on maintenance equipment, but some kids they want to be around tractors and those kinds of things or mowing lawns. And so let's make sure that we avoid those as well. Electrical appliances such as hair dryers are to be used in this one is a little bit debatable and we're going to have to clarify, but it says in the cabin and not in the restroom areas. So we will clarify that depending on the cabin that you're in. We talked a little bit about alcohol and illegal drug use. Weapons are not allowed. Knives, guns, anything that can be misconstrued as a weapon should not be at camp. And any use of tobacco products, vapes, nicotines by campers, team leaders, and CITs is not permitted at camp. Campers are not allowed to be in a cabin other than their own. Campers are not allowed to stay in the cabins during a scheduled activity. If you have a camper that is sick or tired, they still need to travel with the group. If they cannot travel with the group, they need to be brought to the HCP or healthcare provider and have them provide some level of medical assistance to that child. All serious accidents or illnesses must be reported to the healthcare provider as well. Fireworks are not allowed at camp unless during scheduled times. Swimming and boating are only allowed during scheduled class times, and shoes must be worn at all times at camp unless they are in the swimming pool and or the shower. Protection from child abuse. There's a number of situations and that you may find yourself in as far as child abuse is concerned. Uh, Not that child abuse is ever common at 4-H camp, but that is obviously a situation that we want to try and avoid. And we'll talk a little bit about how you protect yourself and campers regarding that. Most of the time, when child abuse, um, we become aware of child abuse, it's not at camp, but it is at home. And so when we deal with that, there's a very specific protocol, which is the next slide. So steps to be followed: camp contact agent, camp director, and the agent of the involved camper. They need to be notified immediately. The camper's agent will remain with them, secure medical attention if needed. The camper should be kept separated from the rest of the camp participants. And this is just so that we can make sure that we are able to get the story about what is exactly happening. Um, Campers, sorry. Camper's agent will contact the parents. We do not interrogate the camper. If the accused individual is at camp, they should be removed from the campgrounds and isolated away from the public. If it's something that's happening at home, we'll deal with that situation as well. In consultation with state camping officials, Joey Bernard, county supervisors, legal counsel, and the camp director, the 4-H agent will call the child abuse hotline. So there's a number of people and entities that I need to contact as the 4-H agent before we make any calls home. The rest of the camp must continue to run smoothly. Protecting leaders from false accusations. Not only are we there to protect kids, but we can do that simultaneously while protecting our counselors as well. You should never, ever, ever be alone with a camper. Always travel in at least groups of three. Um, so if you have to go back to the cabin during non-scheduled cabin time or non-cabin scheduled time, then you need to make sure that you always have at least another person, if not two other people that go back with you. This is for your safety. If you need to be back at the cabin for any reason, um, and I don't know why that would be, you should get prepared in the morning. But Please make sure that as you travel around camp, that you are not alone with campers. Do not allow campers to enter private staff areas. And those mostly will be our summer camp staff areas, but um, you know, please make sure that they stay out of those areas. When discipline is necessary, always follow the camp guidelines. Do not share your personal or private experiences with campers. If you're having issues at home yourself, you do not need to make campers aware of that. If you're having issues with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, whatever it might be, you do not need to express those. Do not ask a camper any personal questions about any sexual experiences that they may have had. Um, we are we want to avoid those conversations always. Report all unusual observations when supervising private activities such as shower time. Supervise with campers of your same gender in groups of three or more. Be careful with displays of affection. Some children are not comfortable with this, and so putting your hands on kids at any point can make them uncomfortable. So, um, if you do give a child, make sure that you are in a public area. Generally, we encourage always side hugs and any displays of affection, even patting on the back or those kinds of things. You need to make sure that you're in public areas. Obviously, never touch a child in any part of the body that would be covered by a swimsuit. Invasion of personal property. Campers are protected from unreasonable search and seizure under the Constitution. So if there is an issue and you feel like something that they have in their bag, whether that be something that they brought, whether it's something that they took while at camp, whatever the situation might be, you cannot go into that bag and look. Okay. If you believe that somebody has something, contact me and myself and Madison and the rest of the camp leadership team who is on site. We will work through that situation. But if you feel like something's in the cabin, if you feel like it's something dangerous, a weapon, knife, or gun, then as quickly and as calmly as possible, just take the rest of the cabin and be away from that child. So these are the questions for this particular module. If you have any questions, please feel free once again to reach out to me at 859-509-6606, or you can email me at eric, eric.comley, comley, at uky.edu.